Janelle Brown, a star of Sister Wives, responds to speculation on her sexuality following her separation from Kody, stating, "I am a highly sexual individual." In the concluding segment of the Sister Wives reunion special, Janelle engaged in a discussion with host Sukanya Krishnan regarding speculation about her sexuality following her 2022 separation from former spouse Kody Brown. "Many assume that my reluctance to engage in repetitive kisses with Kody indicates asexuality," Janelle, 56, remarked on her poly marriage. "I assure you, I do not identify as asexual. I assure you." Janelle, who has 6 children with Kody, remarked, "The hormones are challenging when one is single, but one simply copes with it." Although Janelle has expressed her disinterest in remarrying, she acknowledged that she is not completely opposed to the concept. "I anticipate that eventually, if another individual enters the picture, it will be a factor," she stated. The TLC actress remarked that it is so wild that others have presumed she is asexual because of her lack of interest in seeking romantic relationships following her separation. "Simply trust that I am not," Janelle stated. "I am a highly sensual individual, a grounded maternal figure. I'm a Taurus, and I'm a very earthed mama." In 2022, Janelle terminated her 29-year spiritual union with Kody, resulting in their ongoing estrangement. Christine Brown and Mary Brown have also separated from the former polygamist, whose sole remaining relationship is with his wife, Robin Brown. In an April episode of Sister Wives, Janelle confessed that she has never truly contemplated a spiritual divorce from Kody. She subsequently remarked, "I do not have to experience plural marriage again. I am uncertain if I will ever remarry. However, I have maintained my faith. Everything remains intact except for the aspect of plural marriage. I am uncertain about that." Christine never formally dissolved her spiritual marriage to Kody and subsequently remarried David Woolley in October 2023. "I did not perceive a necessity for a spiritual divorce," Christine remarked in the same April episode. "I was at a distinct spiritual juncture. I have faith in God, and He was supportive of my departure. Thus, my conversation with Him sufficed for me." Nevertheless, Gabe Brown, son of Sister Wives stars Kody and Janelle Brown, revealed his impressive 75-pound weight loss in a surprising transformation. Gabe has been part of the Brown family's public journey since childhood, growing up in one of reality TV's most well-known polygamous households. The family story began in the early 1990s when Kody married Mary, Janelle, and Christine. Following Janelle's split from Kody in 2022, Gabe and several siblings grew distant from their father. In March 2024, Gabe experienced heartbreak with the loss of his brother Garrison, which was featured in Sister Wives Season 19. Gabe recently posted pictures showing his physical transformation. He made a collage using 2 pictures to document the before and after of his makeover. One picture was a bathroom selfie of a shirtless Gabe before he began his transformation. The second after photo of Gabe was taken in a gym where he wore a white tank top with black shorts and flexed his arms, showing off his new, muscular frame. Gabe captioned it, "They said I fell off. Oh, I needed that," using lyrics from Drake's song Headlines. Gabe's 75-pound weight loss marks a major milestone in his personal journey, especially after the heartbreaking loss of his brother. The two were very close, and Gabe has been open about how much the loss affected him. Focusing on fitness and his health gave Gabe something positive to hold on to during such a painful time. His transformation shows not just physical strength, but emotional resilience too. With the support of his mother, Janelle, Gabe has worked hard to heal, grow, and keep moving forward, even through deep grief. Gabe's decision to focus on health and fitness seems to be a way of coping with his brother Garrison's passing. The brothers were known to have a strong bond, and the loss hit Gabe hard. His weight loss journey may be helping him feel more in control, while also honoring Garrison's memory in his own way. Gabe's before and after photos reflect more than a physical change. They show his commitment to building a better, healthier life. Even though grief is still part of his story, Gabe's progress shows strength, love, and the power of personal growth. Gabe Brown surprised fans with his weight loss after the Sister Wives Season 19 finale. Viewers saw him go through a tough time, including problems with his dad, Kody, and the heartbreak of losing Garrison. These events pushed Gabe to go to therapy and rely on close friends and family. He also cut his long hair to donate it, showing he wants to make a difference. Fans praised Gabe for his strength and the changes he's making in his life, showing support for his journey of healing and growth. Nonetheless, the Sister Wives saga is far from over, and this time, Christine Brown Woolley may have accidentally blown the lid off a major secret Kody Brown's been sitting on. A new leak tied to her upcoming book has sparked a wildfire of speculation, centering on an eye-popping figure: $100,000 in back child support. If it's true, Kody might be facing a legal and reputational mess that's long overdue. A polygamous tangle with real-life consequences for years, fans observed Kody managing life with 4 wives: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and subsequently, Robin. However, responsibilities were not equitably distributed. Legally married solely to Mary until 2014, Kody divorced her to marry Robin and adopt her children. Consequently, women such as Christine and Janelle were predominantly left to handle their children's healthcare and financial support independently. Christine, the mother of 6 children with Kody, lacked legal documentation linking Kody to their youngest daughter, Truly. Consequently, when Christine relocated from Flagstaff to Utah in 2021, taking Truly with her, the move occurred without the assurance of child support. In September 2024, she initiated a formal lawsuit against Kody, seeking financial accountability. As he was not named on Truly's birth certificate, a paternity test was required as part of the proceedings. The revelation that transformed everything. Although Christine has predominantly maintained her composure in public, fans became aware of a significant development when a fuzzy image of a page from her forthcoming book circulated online. The picture was indistinct, although one figure was prominently displayed: $100,000. The implication? Kody allegedly owes her that much in unpaid support. The leak occurred at an inopportune moment for him. Witnesses report that he was at an airport when the page emerged, visibly distressed and expressing a desire to control the narrative. Kody's response mirrored a familiar trend observed by spectators. When Christine initially declared her departure with Truly, Kody resorted to intimidation techniques, implying that the state would intervene and seize their daughter if she left. He fabricated numerous falsehoods to achieve his objectives, the show disclosed. However, this strategy was ineffective previously, and the recent development indicates that Christine continues to assert her autonomy. Supporters are unfazed, and they lack sympathy. This news doesn't exactly come as a shock to long-standing viewers of the Brown family. Many recall how, during one of the show's early seasons, Truly was rushed to the hospital in a major emergency. Due to the absence of insurance, stemming from Kody's failure to legally associate his name, Christine was burdened with an exorbitant $450,000 medical bill. Consequently, the notion that Kody now owes Christine a 6-figure sum is easily accepted by fans. Some even express their opinions online, stating, Christine should employ her solicitors to compel Kody to fulfill his financial obligations, as he is unlikely to do so voluntarily. Kody, who has been utilizing the family finances for his and Robin's benefit for 14 years, audaciously claims that he does not trust Christine. The hypocrisy has been observed. Kody has consistently expressed distrust towards his ex-wives and apprehension regarding their potential actions, while he appears oblivious to his own tendencies of neglect and manipulation. Christine's new chapter, and a subtle victory? Notwithstanding the turmoil, Christine seems to be flourishing. Her union with David Woolley has imparted a renewed sense of happiness and stability, distinctly separate from the disorder of her previous experiences. Ironically, the disclosure may ultimately benefit her, enhancing pre-orders for her book and positioning her favorably in the public's esteem. A fan remarked, "This may be the compensation Christine merits, whether from legal proceedings or the bestseller list." It is evident that while Kody Brown may attempt to manipulate the narrative, Christine is authoring her own, and this time, she possesses authority over the final version. Stay informed about the latest developments concerning Sister Wives. Return frequently for all spoilers, news, and updates related to the show. Nonetheless, Mary Brown, a a star of Sister Wives, is once again discussing her dating expectations, articulating her requirements for a partner with clarity. On social media this Tuesday, the TLC alum expressed her views on relationships, self-worth, and her conception of genuine love. Renowned for her forthright perspectives on life after Kody Brown, Mary stated on Instagram, "Label me old-fashioned, idealistic, or perhaps a bit dreamy. I consider it having standards and recognizing my worth." She further elaborated, "I do not seek someone to complete me. I am whole and perfect as I am. I welcome a person who complements my life and enhances the beauty of the world around me." The TLC star asserted that she will neither pursue, compromise, nor coerce in matters of love. She is awaiting a connection that embodies peace, characterized by laughter, not uncertainty, and depth, not frivolity. She stated, "Chivalry is not dead in my book," which resonated with Sister Wives enthusiasts. Support swiftly followed from her admirers, with one follower commenting, "Good. Maintain your standards. You deserve someone who cherishes you and treats you with the utmost respect and affection." Another individual remarked, "I admire your evolution into the person you have become. You are truly remarkable, Mary Brown." In the interim, a fan humorously remarked, "If you locate him and he is a brother, kindly direct the brother to me." Mary's post follows reports from several months ago indicating her association with an enigmatic man. Subsequently, she was observed in Cancun with a potential new romantic interest. The status of the enigmatic man remains ambiguous, yet Mary persists in living life according to her own preferences. Nevertheless, many speculate that she shares images of male acquaintances to stimulate conversation. Following her departure from her spiritual union with Kody Brown, she has articulated her commitment to establishing boundaries, cultivating independence, and prioritizing personal development. Additionally, she has engaged in travel, managed her business, and disseminated motivational content to her audience. Mary appears hesitant to engage in any pursuits that conflict with her ideals, despite her dating activities. Significantly, admirers tend to hold her in higher regard for this stance. Nevertheless, on a brisk autumn morning in Flagstaff, Christine Brown stood at the periphery of the expansive estate Kody had vowed would become their familial compound. The foliage had just commenced its transformation to gold, yet Christine's heart was devoid of warmth. Years of unfulfilled promises, emotional disregard, and Kody's escalating favoritism towards Robin had gradually cultivated a tempest within her, and now it was raging. Kody was pacing within his expansive residence alongside Robin, muttering about disloyalty and family values. He was perplexed by Christine's increasing emotional distance. In his view, he had adhered to all expectations. He maintained that his wives ought to honor his authority and comply with his directives. However, Christine had begun to pose inquiries that Kody was reluctant to address. The final straw came during a tense family dinner. Christine had been quiet most of the evening, pushing vegetables around her plate while the others chatted about the kids' school and a possible family vacation, a vacation Kody planned only with Robin and her children. "I'm tired of pretending, Kody," she said, her voice shaking but firm. "You act like you have 4 wives, but only one matters to you." The room fell silent. Robin froze mid-bite. Janelle looked up, alarmed. Mary, quietly sipping her water, looked at Christine with wide eyes. Kody's face turned red. "What are you talking about, Christine? That's absurd." Christine laughed bitterly. "Is it? When's the last time you spent the night at my house? When's the last time you looked at me like I mattered? Don't make this about you being insecure," he snapped. "You always do this when you don't get your way." "No, Kody," she said, tears slipping down her cheeks. "I do this because I'm finally seeing the truth. You don't love me anymore. And I don't think you ever really did." She left the table and walked out. No one stopped her. In the ensuing weeks, Christine initiated discreet actions. She had commenced therapy months prior, without informing Kody. Additionally, she consulted a real estate agent and began packing boxes while Kody occupied himself with filming confessionals or spending weekends with Robin. Although she did not disclose her complete intentions to the other wives, Janelle, her closest confidant, sensed a significant change was imminent. "Do what you must for your peace," Janelle murmured one evening as they walked around the property. "You deserve happiness." Simultaneously, Kody was descending into turmoil. He observed Christine's withdrawal and attempted to regain control by proposing weekly family dinners, initiating unity meetings, and organizing a joint camping excursion. However, Christine rejected each proposal. Subsequently, one early morning, she filled her van with boxes, summoned her daughter Truly, and departed. In the following week, Christine shared a video on social media. Seated in her new residence in Utah, amidst boxes and sunlight, she communicated with her followers. "I understand this may be surprising to many. However, I have departed from Kody. After years of attempting to sustain this plural marriage, I recognized that I was losing my identity. I desire my children to witness authentic love. I seek tranquility, and I finally feel liberated." Kody was enraged. TLC cameras captured his outburst as he paced an empty living room, vociferating about treachery and treason. "She blindsided me," he shouted. "She humiliated me before the entire world." Robin, observing his disintegration, was uncertain whether to console him or succumb to panic. Deep within, she comprehended the actions of Christine, a feat she had never dared to undertake herself. Christine had departed. With poise, with resilience, and with authority. Months later, Christine thrived. She adorned her new residence with vibrant hues and joy. She embarked on hikes, initiated a podcast focused on women reclaiming their voices, and even ventured into dating, meticulously, cautiously, and with her heart fully exposed. Conversely, Kody faced adversity. The family was fragmented. The other wives began to scrutinize him more intensely. Even Mary, previously reticent, suggested that she too might be poised for a new chapter. Christine's startling decision ignited a transformation within the entire Brown household, compelling each member to introspect, interrogate, and evolve. As Christine stood on her porch one evening, observing the sun descend behind the Utah mountains, she smiled, not due to perfection, but because, for the first time in years, she had prioritized herself. Nonetheless, Sister Wives presents a poignant and inspirational chapter in Mary Brown's narrative as she courageously strives to reconstruct her identity following years in a plural marriage. This fictionalized account explores Mary's inner landscape as she undergoes emotional and spiritual reinvention. The episode commences with a panoramic view of Mary's newly established bed and breakfast in Parowan, Utah. The morning sunlight permeates the lace curtains, enveloping the room in a warm radiance. Mary is seated at a petite antique desk, consuming herbal tea and engaging in journaling. Her handwriting is meticulous, each word a subtle affirmation of autonomy. "For the first time in years, I don't have to seek permission to dream." Narration commences as Mary contemplates her progress since her emotional estrangement from Kody. She acknowledges that loneliness occasionally envelopes her at night, yet so does the sense of liberation. "I spent years treading carefully," she states quietly. "Now I traverse my own floors barefoot." Mary, intent on assimilating into her new neighborhood, organizes a modest gathering at the B&B. The event is centered on local history, with hot cider, pastries, and live folk music. Initially, she experiences anxiety. This marks her inaugural public presentation devoid of the sister wife designation. As the night advances, laughing and dialogue permeate the atmosphere. A widowed artist named Claire emerges as an unforeseen confidant among the guests. They connect through their mutual experiences of self-reinvention following heartbreak. "You do not appear to be an individual embarking on a new beginning," Claire remarks. "You appear to be an individual who has just arrived." Halfway through the episode, the tone changes when Leon, Mary's offspring, makes an unexpected visit. Initially, there exists conflict. They have not communicated extensively since Mary departed from Flagstaff. Following a tranquil meal and a stroll around the apple orchard adjacent to the B&B, they engage in a candid, emotional dialogue. Leon confesses uncertainty over their emotions as they observe their mother depart from a long-established familial framework. However, they now perceive her radiance. You instructed me to articulate my truth. I believe you are finally embodying yours, Leon remarks, embracing Mary. Kody responds resentfully to the announcement that Mary has been organizing women's empowerment retreats at her location. In an interview excerpt, he states, "Mary was consistently the one who persevered the longest. Now she behaves as though she is superior to us. It is painful." Robin attempts to mediate, reminding Kody that Mary is also entitled to happiness. However, he dismisses her, murmuring, "She departed, recall?" The scene accentuates the disparity between the emotional burden Mary bore for years and the tranquility she is now embracing. The episode's climax has Mary conducting her inaugural Healing and Hope retreat at the Bed and Breakfast. Women from across Utah and Arizona gather, each bearing narratives of fractured relationships, restoration, and self-discovery. Mary facilitates a group circle in the garden. "I am not here to instruct you on healing," she asserts, her voice resolute. "I am here to remind you of your capabilities." The camera records the attendants' emotional responses, tears, smiles, and nods. The healing is genuine. The episode concludes with Mary solitary on a bench at twilight as the mountains dissolve into violet silhouettes. She laughs to herself, her journal positioned on her lap. This is not merely a new chapter, it is an entirely new book. And I am finally the author. As gentle music resonates, the camera withdraws, revealing Mary as a shadow against the illuminated sky, a woman redefined not by her past, but by the strength of her present. Nonetheless, nearly a year had elapsed since the untimely demise of Garrison Brown, and the Brown family continued to experience the profound hole his absence created. Among the numerous individuals grappling with loss, Maddie Brown Brush, the daughter of Kody and Janelle, experienced the most intricate amalgamation of grief and hope. Maddie, now anticipating her third child, had long grappled with the decision of what to name her kid. Her initial two offspring, Axel and Evie, had illuminated her existence, although this gestation was distinct. It occurred within months following Garrison's demise, prompting her to contemplate the memories of her cherished brother more than ever. Maddie and Garrison consistently maintained a subtle connection. He served as the guardian, the unwavering presence amid a tumultuous family. He possessed a sardonic wit, a benevolent disposition, and an unwavering loyalty that encompassed all his siblings, even within familial complexities. In his later years, Garrison discreetly grappled with his identity as his ties with Kody became strained. To Maddie, he had consistently been her brother, the individual who inquired about her well-being, repaired her vehicle without hesitation, and once traveled 6 hours solely to assist her with her relocation during Caleb's deployment. As the due date approached, Maddie made a discreet decision that would profoundly impact the entire Brown family in a deeply emotional manner. On a breezy spring afternoon, the family convened at Janelle's new residence in North Carolina. The gathering was informal, characterized by laughing, grilled cuisine, and children frolicking on the lawn. Mary, Christine, and Robin were not physically present, yet video calls intermittently maintained their connection. Maddie rose, her hand resting lightly on her burgeoning belly, and clinked a glass of lemonade. "I have something to share," she announced, her voice composed yet poignant. "Caleb and I have ultimately selected a name for the baby." The discussion ceased. Janelle's eyes illuminated. "Did you?" Maddie nodded, surveying her siblings, Hunter, Logan, Savannah, Gabe, Isabel, Truly, and even Solomon and Ariella via FaceTime. "It is a female. We shall designate her Garrison Hope Brush." The name resonated in the atmosphere with a gentle yet profound significance. Silence ensued, not from disapproval, but from reverence. Janelle's hands gradually ascended to her mouth. Tears flowed almost immediately. "Oh, Maddie, I desire for her to be aware of her uncle as she matures," Maddie added, her voice trembling. "I desire for her to understand the nature of the man he was. Although he is absent, he has influenced my identity. He will influence her development." Christine, during the Zoom call, nodded while weeping. That is exquisite, Maddie. Garrison would have appreciated that. Robin was unsettled, yet nodded silently. Even Mary, whose relationship with Garrison had become increasingly distant in recent years, dabbed at her eyes. He was one of the virtuous, she murmured. For the first time in an extended period, the Browns, despite their separation and previous discord, experienced a sincere moment of solidarity. Their grief had led them along divergent roads, yet this gesture, this infant, constituted a bridge, a living memorial to a son, brother, and friend who departed prematurely. As weeks elapsed, the family focused on preparations for the impending arrival. Janelle traveled to assist Maddie in decorating the nursery. It contained diminutive woodland creatures, akin to those Garrison previously captured in photographs. A framed photograph of him in his National Guard uniform, smiling, occupied one shelf. Upon Garrison Hopebrush's birth in late May, her cry resonated across the hospital room, prompting Maddie to weep, an amalgamation of joy, sorrow, and hope. She embraced her daughter, kissed her forehead, and murmured, "Welcome to the world, baby girl. You bear the name of an individual who is courageous, compassionate, and indelible." Subsequently, during a subdued family assembly at Janelle's residence, young Garrison was acquainted with her extensive and unorthodox family. Kody, who had maintained distance following the estrangement with his elder sons, appeared with reddened eyes and a softened demeanor. He embraced his granddaughter and murmured, "I miss him too." In the subsequent months, infant Garrison emerged as a symbol inside the Brown family, a reminder of restoration, heritage, and affection that transcends this existence. Although Garrison Brown had departed, his legacy endured not merely in written form, but in every smile, every bedtime narrative, and every aspirational future Maddie envisioned for her daughter. Nonetheless, the previously cohesive structure of the Brown family was disintegrating more rapidly than anticipated. Season 20 of Sister Wives anticipated drama. Nevertheless, the new explosive teaser revealed a legal tempest that surpassed mere familial disputes or emotional therapy sessions. The events commenced in early spring, few months following the irrevocable deterioration of Kody's tumultuous relationships with his three ex-wives, Christine, Janelle, and Mary. Robin, who remains legally wed to Kody, stood behind him. Nonetheless, she was visibly unsettled in the recent footage, her eyes revealing concern as legal documents were forcefully placed on the table. The trailer opened with a flashback to a stressful family gathering, accompanied by dramatic music and elevated voices. "I have no other choice," Christine declared, gazing directly at Kody. "You have exploited our finances for years. I now seek what I am entitled to," Janelle said, her tone frigid. "It is no longer solely about financial considerations. It pertains to justice." Cut to a courthouse door slamming, accompanied by the title card. This season, the Browns confront each other as never before. The primary tension sprang from a multi-million-dollar estate dispute. At the peak of their multiple marriage, Kody and his spouses collectively invested in real estate through a sophisticated arrangement of trusts and LLCs. With the marriages disintegrated, disentangling the finances had evolved into a legal quagmire. Janelle discovered concealed financial documents revealing that Kody had sold a tract of land in Arizona without notifying her or Christine, land they had jointly acquired during the notorious Coyote Pass ordeal. "Did you forge the LLC signatures, Kody?" Janelle asserted in a confessional. "If you had, this would constitute more than mere betrayal. It constitutes fraud." The teaser additionally hinted to an unexpected transformation in Robin. Long seen as the favorite, Robin became ensnared in the conflict. Her allegiance to Kody was diminishing. In a poignant confessional, she said, "I did not consent to this, not for legal actions and subpoenas. I desired familial connections." Surveillance captured her clandestinely convening with Mary in a cafe, inciting conjecture regarding an unforeseen collaboration. "Do you still have faith in him?" Mary inquired bitterly. Robin hesitated. "Not as I once did." Fans were exhilarated by the reappearance of Christine's formidable attorney, Lana Grant, who initially assisted her in managing her spiritual divorce. "We will contest this," Lana asserted. "We will recover the whole amount owed to Christine and Janelle." The remainder of the teaser showcased courtroom scenes, including Kody testifying, a judge striking the gavel, and TLC producers pursuing lawyers for commentary outside the courthouse. The trailer concluded with a final stinger. "If he is concealing assets," Christine stated at the last time, "then I will ensure that the entire world is informed." Insiders report that production on Season 20 was nearly suspended due to the delicate legal proceedings. Attorneys participated in the demonstrable aspects of the case, with certain footage allegedly submitted as evidence in formal court documents. Mary further lodged a civil suit for emotional pain, alleging years of public humiliation and financial manipulation. "I remained silent for an extended period," she stated. "I now desire the restoration of my voice." Upon its release on TLC's YouTube page, the teaser ascended to the top trending position within 1 hour. Fans expressed astonishment. This transitioned from reality television to legal drama swiftly. "Christine is exuding courtroom charisma, and I am fully supportive. If Robin changes allegiance, it will be the end for Kody." In an unexpected post-trailer segment, Kody delivered a melancholic monologue. "I believed I could maintain control over all aspects. The property, the finances." Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Sabrina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. The lineage. However, the reality is, I have lost everything.